So what the hell is the Brotherhood up to with this airship? Alright, so to continue the reunions I gotta go talk with Nick.
Hey, you see that big blimp? What's the Brotherhood of Steel? Why are they here?
All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge police station.
Hey,
Far
how
from
about I introduce you to
home,
my
okay.
confidential informant? Oh, Takahashi, thank you for meeting me here. No. I don't know why we let Valentine live in the city. He saves one or two people, and everyone forgets he's a freak.
Sup, Nick?
Hey, Valentine.
Where's your son? What happened?
You were right, Nick. Kellogg did have my son. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute? Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, friend. Truly. That makes things considerably more complicated.
He ain't kidding. Heck, Nick's a synth, and even he doesn't know how to get in.
No synth does. Security protocols strip those memories out.
You don't know anything, Nick?
I woke up in a junk pile ages ago. Just another discarded prototype. The Institute hasn't come calling since. I'm sorry.
I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
He's dead.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah. Figures the Institute's only man on the outside wouldn't be the type to be taken alive.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
So, what now?
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
What?
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Okay.
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Wait, do I?
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
I'll take Nick.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
Well, you two are out. I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be at the public if you need me.
Alright.
Hey, hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
Yeah, I am not gonna get scammed by you.
You better back off, or you're the one who's gonna need insurance.
Well, hey, all right. We'll just say your insurance is paid up for now, okay?
Whoa, time out. Someone steps through the gate the first time, they're a guest. You lay off that extortion crap. What do you care?
Alright, this is the place.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel is.
Well, well, Mr. Valentine. I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Okay. Lead the way, Nick. Could you maybe walk any faster? Ah, what a...
Dr. Amari?
Yes? I take it this isn't a social call.
I'm gonna let Nick.
This one's all
explain.
yours, Nick.
We need a memory dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you do realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
The cybernetic? You're useless.
I mean, technically, the corpse was defiled already.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait.
It's
That's the
better.
hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Brain's still good.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
You really think this'll work, Nick?
No idea. But we got a missing kid on the line. That's worth the risk.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine. Just sit
Okay.
down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna go all
I
fine.
need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the
How?
Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
How?
Tell me you have a way past this, Doc.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. And something that surely will work. Let's do it.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Yeah, this all seems really plausible. Wait, I watched the memories on a TV?
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold
Stable.
on.
Okay, how the hell are memories unstable?
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working,
Oh,
although
what
the
the hell?
memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
This
There. This is
looks
the
kinda
earliest
cool.
intact memory I can find.
Definitely not something I would have expected to run into in a Fallout game.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Okay.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Okay, this is really fucking weird. Me?
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like.
Okay.
It's gonna be... I was the worst thing that ever happened to her.
Who is she?
If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. Fine. You'll see.
But we
Okay,
don't know
so
anybody here.
she's dead?
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
My god, this is really fucking weird.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you?
Is that the Institute?
Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you
I found
weren't
another
there
memory to try.
to help them.
I'll connect you.
Okay. So I'm basically just walking inside Kellogg's head. Kind of weird, but definitely cool.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it.
So these guys want somebody
So,
killed.
I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. If you pay me. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal.
Oh, we'll pay you.
Alright, let's keep
Well,
going, I
we
guess.
seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Sure, Doc.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you
He's the
decided
best.
to meet with me.
So, you're with
the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Oh shit.
Systems offline.
He's fucking
Shutting
badass.
down.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here.
Out of brain.
Ah, there's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
So this is almost all of the memories Kellogg has inside of his brain. Okay.
Manual override initiated.
Oh, it's this.
Cryogenic stasis suspended.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault.
Guys are moving.
Of course. Neither did they. Not really.
Vault computers.
So why are we
Big heads
kidnapping
never
Sean?
liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
Still working.
Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like
Same
me.
thing. No.
But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
That's good. Checking.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends.
Through the logs.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them.
Sam.
But we had our orders.
Hey, it's me.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out.
Alright, I'll let this play now.
At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too.
Why?
If he could take me out,
Ah.
they won't be able to hide from him for long.
Wait. If he could take me out. So Kellogg remembers dying? In this memory? You sure? Are you gonna do anything? Okay, guess I keep going.
I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
Already on the way. Bunny hopping through the mind.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
So the Institute definitely has some connections to Diamond City. go? Oh.
Kellogg. It's okay. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Glowing sea?
The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. Huh. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Who does Sean think his father is? Just, there's no way he remembers who he is. So, does he got somebody from the Institute? His father?
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Take a fucking teleport?
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Can we somehow make them think that I'm Kellogg so they'll pull me in? That might work?
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Fine.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Teleportation?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation
Actually, what about
to get in
Vigil?
and out.
Yes. Their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
Virgil?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Why?
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds.
Alright, let's get into
That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
I mean, he's an Institute scientist. So he's probably got some kind of tech to deal with the radiation.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
Any ideas?
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor? That would be perfect.
Okay.
I'll find a way to get through the rats. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Huh.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Really, dude? I fucking knew it! I fucking knew something like this would happen.
Kellogg? Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
Huh? Is Nick crazy? Or am I crazy? Or both?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
So, at some point, Nick's gonna turn into Kellogg. Got it?
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Rad-Away you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
Sure. Alright, well, if you watched the whole video, subscribe, and see ya.